Hey everybody, welcome to the meeting of the Sun conjunct with Saturn. This is going to be a time of mastery. The date is going to be the dates leading up to and the dates after March 12th, 2025. This is a transit forecast for all 12 signs. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate. I specialize in traditional Western and evolutionary astrology. I'm excited to share this forecast with you. If you are new here, you can find more about my offerings at willowgracemystic.com. For those of you who continue to show up and support me and like and subscribe, thank you so much for sharing this journey with me. So on March 12th, 2025, it's like the days that are leading up to it, and then it hits exact on that day, and then the days after it will start to slowly wane. This marks this powerful time period, one that blends in the discipline from Saturn with innovation, responsibility, and bringing about change. Imagine yourself like walking this tightrope between structure and transformation, where each step is going to require both careful calculation with a willingness to embrace this unknown. We, like Pisces, is just very watery. We are unsure of what is out there. And so this is the energy of the Sun conjunct Saturn at 22 degrees of Pisces. Now, there is also a harmonious aspect, which is a sextile to Uranus in Taurus. Now, the sun, it represents our core identity, your purpose, and the very essence of who you are. It's the light that guides you, and it's the force that gives you this vitality and direction. Now, on the other hand, is the wise old teacher, represents time, represents slow and steady. It's about growth that requires discipline, patience, and responsibility. Is Saturn. And so when these two meet up, the Sun and the Saturn, we are asked to be a more mature and a more accountable version of ourselves. Now, in the watery sign of Pisces, this meeting, it carries this mystical quality. Saturn is very structured. Its influence attempts to give form to what your dreams are. It wants to turn your imagination into a reality. If you've ever found yourself like lost in inspiration but struggling to bring it to life, this transit is here to help you build brick by brick, because that's what Saturn wants to do. It's about having short, middle, and long-term goals. It demands focus and it wants you to have effort, but then it also rewards with this tangible progress. Think of yourself as this artist that's perfecting your craft, or a musician that's mastering this intricate melody, or a writer who's diligently piecing one chapter at a time of your own novel. This is your energy of mastery, which is going to be through persistence. Saturn is going to ask you to lay the foundation that's going to stand the test of time. It's urging you to refine what is your approach, and how do you eliminate any of these distractions, and how do you truly focus on what truly matters to you. Yet, with all things that are Saturnian, you might experience these moments of self-doubt and frustration. Saturn does not give easily. It's about the weight of the responsibility can possibly feel overwhelming, but it's a sign that something meaningful is about to take shape. Saturn is not here to stop you. Saturn is here to help you refine. It's about you feeling this urge to possibly withdraw and to work in solitude, or to reevaluate your structures that are here to guide you. This is going to be a time of serious commitment, of heightened self-awareness, and a deepened sense of purpose. Just as Saturn, it likes to, I always say the rings around it are here for like the fence around the yard. It wants to stabilize. Uranus is the opposite. Uranus seeks to disrupt. Uranus is the planet of the awakening, of rebellion, of breakthroughs. It literally shakes things up, often in these unexpected ways. It's revolutionizing the ways that you find stable or stability within your life. And that could be like, it's in the sign of Taurus. So it's your finances, your security, your values, your material world. earthy things. And so this is a slow moving outer planet that's been slowly reshaping not just the collective's perception of wealth and sustainability and personal freedom, but your own. Now, there's this harmonious aspect between Saturn, the Sun, and Uranus. And this is this rare moment when the forces of tradition and innovation, they say, hey, let's work together on this. So rather than battle out the old, the new, you're now going to have this opportunity to integrate this structured change. You might find yourself like designing this futuristic plan or investing in like a new strategy, new technology, new way of doing things while ensuring your own security. This is about breaking free from your own limiting beliefs while how do I maintain my own stability? On a collective level, this transit is really signaling this shift in how our society balances authority and innovation. Like it's governments, it's corporations, it's institutions. They're all being forced to adapt to this new technological advancements and societal needs and demands. And so there can be major breakthroughs within our financial systems or sustainability and the integration of technology within our day-to-day life. Now, the economy can experience this restructuring on business balancing traditional stability with these new emerging digital trends. It's about incorporating the old with the new. Now, on a personal level, you are being asked to integrate wisdom that you have gained from the past and now stepping into a future of possibility. This transit's inviting you to, pushing you to make a shift, not through reckless action. Saturn wants, it's the mountain, slow and steady to get there through strategic and well thought out transformation. Change does not have to be chaotic. It can be deliberate. It can be intentional. And ultimately, it can be freeing. Uranus brings these flashes of insight, these sudden inspirations, and these unexpected opportunities that when met with the Sun and Saturn's presence, it's about diligence and creating sustainable success. In the sign of Taurus, Uranus is here to remind us of how do we redefine stability. You might be encouraged to look at your own personal finances differently or embrace alternative income streams for yourself. Or this is reconsidering your long-standing habits, innovations within agriculture, real estate, our financial systems. They can now gain traction at this time, and it's an opportunity to reflect on the broader shifts in how do you create and how do you sustain your own personal security. This is going to be a time when you're going to want to look inward and say, what long-term visions am I willing to commit to? How can I balance discipline with my own adaptability? What am I willing to flex on? Where do I need to take responsibility? And where do I need to let go of my outdated limitations, my outdated ideas? What systems of structures in my life do I now need an upgrade to? And how can I take these calculated risks that bring me closer to my own authentic self? It's literally taking a look inward and saying, the world is changing. I have to change. And where am I willing to do that? I have to let go, let flow. And so the Sun conjunct Saturn is your call for you to take yourself seriously, to step up, to take ownership, to build something that is lasting. The sextile to Uranus is reminding us that true success often comes from knowing when to innovate and then when to stay the course. It's about learning the art of reinvention within this solid framework. This transit's going to be this invitation to embrace both discipline and ingenuity, to be to recognize that transformation can be structured and liberating. It's I want to be in charge of my own destiny, knowing that Uranus is going to be disrupting parts of my life. And so if you approach this time with patience and perseverance and an open mind, you might find yourself really laying the foundation for something that's groundbreaking. This could be a life that blends wisdom with excitement, stability and progress, responsibility with freedom. Look to embrace this energy because you're going to find yourself mastering the art of structured change. It's about you building a future that honors both your own stability and growth. If you're looking for a way to infuse in your day-to-day life with positive energy and intention, I have something special to share with you. I love Otter Spirit. I have the larger beads and the smaller minis. This one is the rose quartz, which is I am loved for who I am. Rose quartz is a stone of unconditional love. It reminds you to embrace yourself with self-love and to attract the love you deserve. Whether you're nurturing a relationship or strengthening your own heart, this bracelet helps you to radiate love from within. The next one is Amazonite, which is I am healing at my own pace. Healing isn't a race. I remind myself it's a journey. And Amazonite, known for a stone of courage and truth, it supports our emotional balance and self-discovery. And so this bracelet is a gentle reminder to give myself grace as I heal and I grow. The last one is Sunstone. I love this one too because it's I take action every day to achieve my dreams. Dreams come to life when we take action, and Sunstone is this powerful stone of motivation and confidence. It helps you to boldly step towards your goals, igniting the fire of ambition within you. And so these bracelets are not just beautiful. I use them as powerful tools to support myself on my journey. And so as a special gift, you can use Willow 20 at checkout. So offerings this month for private consultation, you can visit willowgracemystic.com. You can also sign up for my newsletter to find out about all the happenings, early releases. If you are interested in a community with like-minded people, please check out my Patreon. It's where we learn, we share, we connect, we grow. I'm also offering a special for Pisces out there. You can celebrate your Pisces birthday with a special rate using Pisces 10 at checkout. Additionally, I offer live astrology consultations every other Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. You can get in the queue and using the link below. I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you to help you navigate your journey. So let's dive in. So for Aries, the sun is going to conjunct with, merge its energy with the planet of Saturn in your 12th house. This brings about themes of your subconscious, your dreams. This can be hidden motivations that are now going to be illuminated with the sun with a dose of Saturn's discipline. This transit's really inviting you to take a look at your deep-seated fears, your long-term suppressed aspirations and goals. It's going to be a call to integrate your spiritual insights, the message that we received from the divine or other sources, into more of your structured inner life. This introspection is where you are going to undergo a process of leading you to more a refined sense of purpose and self-understanding. Now, you also have Uranus and Taurus. Now, Uranus and Taurus is in your second house. This revolves around topics of unexpected change within your finances, your self-worth, your cash or property, your personal value systems. There can be these sudden insights about your earning potential, or it can shift in what you consider to be like more important, like how do I alter my own material reality? This energy is encouraging you to innovate how you manage your own personal resources. Now, the opportunities can be like this inner transformation of this is really an ideal time to embrace healing modalities, meditation, therapy, creative journaling, yoga, like the 12th house is anything that you do privately or inward. And so this is to resolve inner conflicts. This is your willingness to face your subconscious that can really forge this a stronger emotional foundation for yourself. Now, financially, there can be these innovative ideas about budgeting or investment strategies that can now emerge unexpectedly. Uranus is this flash of insight. And so consider exploring unconventional income sources or new technologies that can really boost your own financial security. The second house is, what do I need in order to feel secure? Now, you can also channel your inner artist or as a visionary by establishing disciplined creative practices, because Saturn has the rings around it, so like the fence around the yard, and it's blending introspection with this feeling of like a heavy emotional load. It's Pisces, it's watery, and so it's about patience and self-compassion and love and healing, and all of these are going to be very essential. And so when we want to balance this energy together, it's, how do I manage the tension between my inner transformation and my external financial challenges and the changes that these can be stressful. You might feel pulled between, how do I nurture my inner life and respond to these sudden practical needs that come up. It's about you merging your spiritual insights with your day-to-day responsibilities. It demands both courage and discipline, and this energy it can feel intense. It's about how do I move forward without rushing the process. Now, this Saturn wants structure, and so this is an opportunity for you to dedicate time for quiet reflection, creative self-expression through meditation, yoga, journaling, any of these things, dream analysis, counseling. Any of these things can help you to integrate these energies that they are more smoothly. And then it's also an opportunity to set up a stable financial plan while leaving room for innovation, or documenting your ideas and being prepared to adjust, to flex your strategies with fresh opportunities as they come about, as they present themselves. I encourage you to look from guidance from a trusted mentor or a spiritual advisor that can help balance your inner and your outer demands. Their perspective can ease the tension between introspection and the desire for action. Recognize that this transformation, it's about how can it empower you. It's the Sun and Saturn together. It's allowing your inner revelations to guide you towards these practical steps that solidify your self-worth, your long-term stability. This transit is this invitation to, I need to work to balance the old with the new. I need to meld Saturn's call for structure with dreams, intuition, the spiritual realm, responsibility, doing the deep inner work, with Uranus's push towards innovation, spontaneity, and the unexpected breakthroughs within your own self-worth. Remember, Uranus in your second house is, I need this in order to be secure. So Aries, thank you so much for being here. I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much. It is your energy that fuels this journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of this transit, you can visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Taurus, you have the Sun conjunct Saturn in your 11th house. The themes that are brought up with this is your long-term goals, your friendships, your community, your aspirations, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. All of these things are going to come under a revision. This transit is inviting you to mature your visions, to restructure these social networks, these groups, these hopes, these networks. Saturn demands that you stop and take a serious look at what are your ideals, ensuring that your hopes are the future, that this is built on a solid foundation. Now, Uranus is in your first house. This is the house of your identity. So it's a personal revolution that's brewing underneath the surface, because Uranus is here saying, I'm going to energize your self-image with an outward personality. There can be sudden bursts of originality that can transform. How do you see yourself? How do you present your unique identity to the world. Uranus is about liberation, and it's exotic and it's unique. And so the opportunities come from using this time to evaluate and refine your goals within your groups and within these communities that you're part of. There can be these innovative flashes of ideas that can help you to forge these new friendships or to redefine your role within these existing networks. With Uranus here, Uranus is activating your first house of your identity, and you're likely to experience this refreshing shift within your own self-perception. Embrace this change because it's about experimenting with a new personal style or these attitudes that can align with your evolving and growing and changing identity. Saturn's influence, remember, Saturn has the rings around it. It's about time. It's about building something that's sustainable. And Saturn's influence is pushing you to establish lasting practical goals. This is going to be a prime period to plan for your future, whether it's related to career or personal development or community projects. There's going to be this urge to possibly break free from these old patterns that might conflict with your long-held values or visions. And it's how can I reconcile these innovative impulses with the desire for stability, with the inner tension that I can feel. It's about redefining your role within your community, within your network, and it might feel disruptive, especially if there are these long-standing relationships that resist change. It's you navigating the shifts within your social circles that requires both diplomacy and determination. And so there can be this transformative energy within you like your hopes. The first house is all about you, and it's exposing your vulnerabilities. You might be more sensitive to criticism or hesitant to let go of these outdated self-concepts that you've had about yourself or that you've told yourself. And so it's how do I blend the old with the new is I have to find a creative way to honor tradition while also embracing innovation. Consider revamping your personal style or your public image in a way that reflects both stability and transformation. I would encourage you to network strategically, because this is how can I engage in groups that value my progressive ideas. There can be these new connections that offer support, or how do I navigate changes within my social life, because Uranus brings about quick, shocking change of seeing something from a different perspective. And so with Saturn, it's needing to set these measurable but realistic goals that can integrate the revised, like new revised self-image with your long-term aspirations. There can be this dual approach that can ensure both your personal reinvention has a solid foundation in order to grow upon. Saturn wants stability. It's the mountain. And so it's you having a self-affirmation of regularly reminding yourself of your inherent value. Affirmations and also self-care. It can really reinforce your confidence during this period of identity flux. Having Uranus there, it really rocks your world. And so this transit is this invitation to balance the old you with the new you, with melding Saturn's call for structure and responsibility with your goals and the groups and where you want to volunteer your time, what part of society that you want to network with the deep inner work of Uranus towards innovation, spontaneity, and these unexpected breakthroughs with you, yourself, your identity. So Taurus, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much. It is your energy that fuels this journey. If you're looking for a more in-depth understanding of this transit, you can visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Gemini, you have Saturn conjunct the Sun at the top of your chart. The top of the chart is like literally how people look up and see you, and it's also authority figures. It's your career, your reputation, your public responsibilities. All of these topics are now being structured because the Sun is merging its energy with Saturn. Saturn is the serious energy. It's urging you to set these clear professional goals and to commit to long-term success. The 10th house is the legacy that I want to leave behind. This transit is demanding an honest evaluation of your own public image and your role within your professional sphere, your networking system. Now you have Uranus in Taurus in your 12th house. Now Uranus is the great liberator. It's subtle, but it's behind the scenes shifts within your subconscious. Dreams, intuition, psychic ability, all of these things can really influence your career path. Uranus here is to foster these flashes of intuition, of these I get it, these aha moments when they're acknowledged that can quietly revolutionize your professional ambitions. The 12th house is the house that's the work that's behind the scenes. And so possible opportunities that can come from this is definitely career reinvention. This transit is an ideal time for you to redefine what is your professional path. Use Saturn's discipline to craft these detailed career plan while remaining open to these intuitive breakthroughs that could lead to these unexpected promotions or a shift in like a new direction. This can be enhanced public image because Uranus is this, it's a flash of light. It's electric. It's strengthening your public persona through calculated steps that will pay off in the long run. Saturn wants to build something that is sustainable over a longer period of time, short, middle, and long-term goals. And so trust that these innovative ideas that are emerging from your subconscious, dreams, intuition, receiving messages from beyond, that they can enrich your professional reputation. And it's about integrating your own intuition. Consider ways to blend your rational planning with these intuitive insights as they come up, whether it's through strategic mentorship or creative brainstorming sessions. It's integrating both energies in order to elevate your career. The challenge comes from balancing your outer demands with like the inner whispers that are in your ear. The tension between your external ambitions and your inner insights, this can be challenging. You might feel torn between pursuing a traditional career and then following an unconventional idea. There can be this pressure to perform. Saturn's influence in your 10th house of career and legacy, it might intensify your own self-criticism. There can be this need to meet these high professional standards that can lead to stress if you become too rigid. There can be this subconscious resistance because there can be, the 12th house is like the broken record of what we tell ourselves or what other people have told us and then we believe. And so it's unresolved issues that come from your past that then surface unexpectedly, thank you Uranus, subtly undermining your own confidence. And so this is addressing these matters is going to require both patience and a willingness to dig in deep. So look to this to develop this dual approach. Create a career strategy that includes both meticulous planning from Saturn and a space for intuitive moments that Uranus can bring. It's scheduled brainstorming sessions or retreats that you can yoga, meditate, or just sink in that can help you to integrate both of these forces. Collaborate with mentors or career coaches who understand the value of blending structure with creative intuition. Their input for this can really help you to navigate the complexities within your own professional landscape. Use this transit to review what are your career milestones. Acknowledge that the lessons that you are learning and have learned, and how can I apply that wisdom to forge this balance on my path forward. And so it's about mind and body practices. Incorporate stress, self releasing techniques such as breathing, tapping, yoga, meditation, or even just a short nature walk. It's about how do I keep the pressure of my professional life out of my personal life, because I need to nourish my inner insights. The 12th house is where we go to be alone. I need to stay healthy mentally, physically, spiritually. I need to keep all of that in balance. And so this transit is this invitation to balance the old with the new. What was I doing before for self-care? What was I doing before for my career? How do I meld together Saturn's call for a structure for my reputation, my job, my career, my responsibility, and also doing the deep inner work that Uranus is pushing for innovation within self-care, spontaneity, and these unexpected breakthroughs with a flash of insight that can come. And so, Gemini, thank you so much for being here. I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, it is your energy that supports this journey. So thank you very much. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding, visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Cancer, the Sun and Saturn are blending their energy and in the sign of Pisces in your 9th house. And so this transit's really calling for a restructuring of your belief system. The 9th house is about higher learning, and this can be possibly through travel or aspirations to travel. The 9th house is my cross-cultural experiences. It's publishing, legal matters. It's broadening your mind. And so Saturn brings this serious tone, and it urges you to examine what are your philosophies, what are your beliefs, expanding your knowledge base, and for you to ground your idealism into a reality. You do have Uranus in your 11th house, and the 11th house is hopes, wishes, dreams, goals, social circles, and so it's bringing about innovation within your community that's now going to be highlighted. And so it's unexpected friendships, it's progressive group initiatives, or it's about doors opening up to you in a new way of thinking or in collective action, because the 11th house is where I join to become part of something that's bigger than myself. And so the opportunities from this are philosophical growth. I absolutely love this because it's using this time to enroll in a course or a class or a workshop, and something that will challenge your worldview. And there can be a deep structured study of, like, you know how when you go down the rabbit hole, and it can transform your understanding of what is life or spirituality or religion or global views. And it can also expand your social horizons, because Uranus here is innovative groups or communities or networks that introduce you to these unconventional ideas and these progressive philosophies. And so it's embracing these different networking opportunities that can expand your intellectual and your cultural boundaries. There can be a time for travel that's on your own agenda. And so this transit, it really encouraging you to take that journey that enriches your mind and your soul. This could be a well-planned trip that could bring about surprising insights that helps to reshape your own personal belief system. Now, the challenge is reconciling your old beliefs with these new ideas. It's because, remember, the 9th house is expanding my mind. And so there can be a traditional belief that now comes under the magnifying glass, under scrutiny. And you might experience this internal conflict between comfort and the allure of progressive energy. It can be challenging to let go of these long-held belief systems or views. There can also be social tension. The 11th house has these innovative ideas that come from new acquaintances that might clash with more conventional viewpoints of like your friends, your established groups. And so it's navigating this time period of these differences that requires tact and openness. There can be intellectual overload, like gathering so much information. Remember, going down the rabbit hole is the drive to absorb these new beliefs, these new philosophies. It can really become overwhelming. And so if you try to tackle too much all at one time, it's difficult to process it. So a balanced, measured approach is really going to be essential. That's what Saturn wants. And so look for structured study. Develop a disciplined study or a reading schedule or a group that you can become part of to explore new ideas, or in order to not have this feeling of being overwhelmed. Balance academic research with practical experiences that bring the theory to your everyday life. There can be new community engagement or connections with others. Look for groups or forums or social opportunities that bring both tradition and innovation that are respected. Being part of a supportive network can really help you to navigate the shifts within your belief systems. I would look to keep a journal to document how have your perspectives shifted over this time period, because writing can help you to integrate the old wisdom with the new emerging insights as they arise. And definitely embrace flexibility, because Uranus shock and surprise and shakes things up. It's accepting that your belief system, your travel, your legal matters, publishing, all of these things are going to evolve during this transit. It's allowing you to change your mind as you absorb new information, keeping your growth both grounded but also eclectic and dynamic. This transit is about bringing an invitation to balance the old way that you thought about things or traveled or your belief systems, and balance it with the new. It's about melding Saturn's call for structure of what you believe in, where do you go, how do you travel, how do you connect with foreign people, places, and things, courses, classwork, and responsibility, and doing the deep inner work with Uranus's push for freedom, for liberation, for innovation, for spontaneity, and these unexpected breakthroughs. So Cancer, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and support my channel, thank you so much. It is your energy that fuels my journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of these transits, you can visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Leo, you are having the Sun-Saturn conjunction where they're melding their energy together in your 8th house. Now this is a powerful house. This transit, it really shines a spotlight on intimacy, shared resources, transformation. The 8th house is the house of taboo topics. It's the house of birth, death, and rebirth. It's where you are invested or connected with other people, places, and things. And so Saturn has this very serious tone here, and its influence really demands how you assess and manage your shared finances, your emotional bonds, these power dynamics of where I have power and where I do not. And this energy, it really encourages deep transformation of the work of doing the inner work on yourself and your most intimate connections or partnerships. Now you have Uranus in your 10th house. This is a powerhouse here. The 10th house is the top of your chart. It's how other people look up and they see you. And so this is your career, your public image, your reputation, your legacy. Having Uranus here, it's interjecting this element of surprise and radical innovation. It's sudden professional opportunities, or these shifts within the public's perception or their view of you can now arise. It's about pushing you to reinvent how do you present your talents and your ambitions to the world. The opportunities come from the deep emotional work. This is how do I harness this period to heal these old wounds within relationships? These can be business partners, these can be family members, these can be significant others, this can be exes. How do I establish clear boundaries, because it's power dynamics. This transit is supporting the transformative practices like therapy and deep emotional counseling, because it's birth, death, and rebirth. How do I transform and process all of this? There can also be financial and relationship rebalancing, reassessing how do you manage your joint resources like debt, taxes, alimony, child support. These innovative strategies or restructured partnerships can definitely pave a way for a healthier balance for you. This can also be a career reinvention with Uranus here, embracing these unexpected professional shifts, using disciplined planning from Saturn to leverage the sudden opportunities that can enhance your own public persona, turning the challenges into these stepping stones, like small, medium, and large goals of where do I want to be. The challenge comes from this emotional intensity of diving deep into my deep-seated issues and fears within relationships or within finances that can stir up significant heartfelt emotional turmoil. This process can really trigger resistance or fear of being vulnerable. There can also be a pressure on your personal life. Having Uranus there can be these sudden changes within your career or your public role that can feel like off-putting or destabilizing, because Uranus rocks the ground in which we stand upon. And it's you balancing your personal transformation with these professional expectations that requires this careful management. There can be conflict between what is control and what is freedom. There's this interplay between the Saturn and Sun and the Saturn's need for control. Remember, Saturn has the rings around it, so it's like the fence around the yard. It wants boundaries. And Uranus, this has this drive for freedom, and it can create this internal conflict, particularly within your own intimate or your financial matters or your connections with other people. I would encourage you to commit to doing the inner healing. Engage in practices that promote an emotional release, self-compassion during this time, because a structured approach to therapy or guided introspection, it can help you to navigate deep personal changes within yourself, like looking at the triggers as they come up. Develop this dual strategy of creating plans that simultaneously honor your need for security within your partnerships or your shared resources with others and your desire for professional innovation. Having Uranus there, Uranus wants to liberate. It wants to give freedom. And so this balanced approach is going to help you to manage these disruptions more easily, more effectively. Have the open communication. In relationships and in your professional settings, it's about you communicating your evolving needs clearly. Being transparent, this can ease these tensions that arise from these sudden shifts. It's the eighth house is taboo topics. It's not being afraid to bring up these topics. And so you analyzing these roles within your partnerships and how they come about and play both in your personal and your professional areas of your life. This is going to be a prime time for you to recalibrate and to balance between control and freedom, ensuring that you have this lasting transformation. This transit for you is really an invitation to balance the old ways in which you collaborated or you were bonded with other people, where you invested with other people, and the new of how can I modernize? How can I bring it up to date? How can I meld together Saturn's call for a structure in this area of my life with responsibility, doing the deep inner work, saying what parts do I own and how do I have these healthy boundaries? Working with Uranus's push towards innovation, spontaneity, and these unexpected breakthroughs in order for you to have to leave the legacy that you want and to have the career that you want. So Leo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support this channel, thank you so much. It is your energy that fuels my journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of these transits, you can visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Virgo, the Sun-Saturn conjunction is occurring in your 7th house. This is about partnerships. If the 1st house is about you, the 7th house is you in relation to business partners, significant others, friends, clients. This is open enemies and exes. This is the house of collaboration. And so this includes your close relationships and partnerships. It brings them into a focus. This transit's going to encourage you to bring structure with Saturn here and maturity to the way that you relate to other people, whether it's in personal relationships or in business collaborations. And so this could also be long-term commitments. Saturn wants to build stability. It has the rings around it. So think about it as the fence around your yard, boundaries. So this is an invitation for you to build these deeper, more meaningful connections through accountability, both on yourself and on other people. Now, Uranus and Taurus. Uranus is in your 9th house. And so Uranus brings about these unexpected insights related to education or to travel or legal matters, publishing things, personal philosophies. It can definitely seep into your interactions with other people. The 9th house is the house of higher learning. And so there can be these flashes of innovations or inspiration that can lead to these profound changes in how you approach partnerships or these intellectual exchanges with other people. The 7th house is not just about personal relationships, it's also about collaborations with other people. And so the opportunities that can come from this is relationship maturity, definitely on your part. This is a period to reassess your own commitments. With Saturn's influence, this is laying down clear, concise, realistic expectations within your relationships that can lead to a deeper trust and a longevity within your connections. There can be definitely intellectual expansion with Uranus in your 9th house because it's allowing these ideas, these innovative flashes of a spark that enhances your own worldview. There could be new courses, classes, workshops, travel, all of these experiences that can broaden your perspective, that can enrich both your personal and your professional and your shared life connected with other people. There can be collaborative projects. The fusion of disciplined planning, having Saturn in Pisces, and these creative insights, it makes this a prime time for you to focus on partnerships, whether it's in business or in these creative pursuits. The sun is here saying we need to be able to embrace collaborations that challenge both partners to grow and evolve. The challenge comes from resisting change. There can be old patterns within relationships that can resist the call to say we have to evolve our friendship, or we have to change and transform, making this really difficult to implement the changes that you envision, because just because you want it doesn't mean that somebody else wants it. It's grow, change, and evolve. And so also balancing the details within seeing the bigger picture, because as a natural perfectionist, Virgo, you can struggle with, how do I see the forest through the trees when I have these innovative ideas that really challenge my tried and true methods? Like, why change if this is working? Well, Uranus is here to disrupt your life. Uranus in an earth sign, it's in a harmonious aspect to who you are. Uranus is disrupting your life for a reason, saying grow, change, evolve. There can be this need to really restructure relationships that can sometimes lead to conflict, especially if partners are just not ready to change. I would encourage you to be clear with your communication. Saturn, having the boundaries around it, the rings around it, is about being forthright, about your evolving needs within these partnerships, and setting aside time to be honest and have these conversations that foster a mutual growth and a mutual understanding between you. And definitely look to pursue these lifelong learning opportunities, enroll in courses or these discussion groups, anything that sparks your interest, blending structured learning with creative exploration. It's going to help you to integrate these new ideas within your relationships, within your partnerships. The ninth house is broadening your mind with connecting with foreign people, places, and things. And I encourage you to embrace flexibility here, because Uranus is, I know that as a Virgo, it's about naturally being a perfectionist, wanting everything to be structured and organized. And Uranus is shock and surprise, and it's allowing for this organic change within your connections. It's about having patience and like an open mind that can ease the tension between structure and spontaneity. Collaborate with purpose, because whether it's in love or business, remember the seventh house is not just best friends and significant others. It's where we have our clients. It's our connections with other people. So whether it's in love or business, look to ensure that your collaborations, your connections with others, they're built on these clear roles and within shared values. This approach is going to bring about the long-term fulfilling partnerships that you are seeking. This transit is an invitation to balance the old with the new, with partnerships and like your marriage partner, your best friend. It's how do I meld Saturn's call for structure, responsibility, and deep inner work? I have to be able to have those open communications with friends, with clients, with people that I collaborate with. Uranus is really pushing towards innovation. It's about spontaneity and these unexpected breakthroughs, and it can definitely bring in new people for you to broaden your mind with. And so, Virgo, thank you so much for being here. I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much. It is your energy that fuels this journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of these transits, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. So for Libra, you are having the Sun conjunct Saturn in your 6th house. Now, in the sign of Pisces in your 6th house, it's about your day-to-day routines, your health practices, mental, physical, spiritual well-being, where I am of service to other people, but I first have to take care of myself. We also have pets here, and so Saturn has this serious energy to it, and it urges you to, I have to refine my schedule. I have to improve my well-being. I have to set aside time for self-care. It's bringing discipline to your everyday tasks. The 6th house is balancing my career with my home. Now you also have Uranus in your 8th house. This is shock, surprise, sudden changes in your shared resources or in your debt or your intimate dynamics or relationships with other people that can now resurface. The 8th house is the house of taboo topics, and Uranus, it invites you to reconsider, how do you manage deep and sometimes hidden and secretive aspects of your life, including emotional and financial independence. The 8th house is the house of power, whether I feel powerless or feel in power or wanting of control. And so the opportunities that can come from this is definitely a routine overhaul, using this transit as this catalyst for a healthier lifestyle, this structured yet innovative, like think outside the box with Uranus here, approach to your daily routines that can boost not only your energy, but your productivity. And there can be like using science or technology, something that can streamline what you're doing for your work or for your own personal life. Like for your health. And so this is also an opportunity for financial and emotional ideas and innovation, exploring new methods of how do I manage my shared finances? How do I transform my long-standing habits? This can involve new budgeting tools or unexpected savings opportunities, or you rethinking how do you handle your joint expenses, your joint, the eighth house is where you are invested with other people, or where your time or your money is invested with other people. And so this is about a work-life balance, both emphasizing discipline and spontaneity. Discipline from Saturn and the Sun, and the spontaneity from Saturn, Uranus. And so it's this chance to fine-tune your work habits and to integrate stress relief practices and like focus on self-care and this plan for a long-term better health and well-being for yourself. The challenge comes from resisting change. There can be these long-standing routines that you just don't want to get rid of, that can prove difficult for you to adjust to. And so it's a push to be innovative and use different methods and within your work or your health regimen that can maybe feel a little disruptive. Like, I don't want to have to change it, but I'm telling you to focus on being open-minded to it at least. And there can be this emotional turbulence when it comes to people that you are connected with, partnerships. There can be sudden shifts in shared resources or your intimate dynamics that can create a feeling of like insecurity or conflict. It's balancing your personal well-being with your rational responsibilities can be challenging during this transit. There can be this feeling of overwhelm with both Saturn and the Sun and Uranus all interplaying here. You might feel bombarded by the need to reorganize multiple aspects of your life all at one time. Like Uranus is like, I got an idea. Let's do this, this, and this. And Saturn is saying, I want to make it happen, but we have to have a plan. We just can't do this all at one time. And Uranus will question that. And so I encourage you to build clear, detailed plans for revamping your daily routines, your health, your well-being, incorporating small but manageable changes that can cumulatively lead to these lasting improvements. It's like not overhauling your whole diet, but like small changes lead to big results. And so it's prioritizing activities that nurture both your mind, your body, your spirit. This could be a balanced diet or regular exercise or mindfulness practices, something that involves self-care of you that can support your overall transformation. Take a detailed look at your shared financial responsibilities. Consider consulting with a financial advisor or someone to help you navigate these unexpected shifts that you feel more confident in the direction in which you're going. Communicate openly. If changes do happen within your finances or within your intimate partnerships, this can create tension. So to ensure open and honest discussions, it's needing to have a safe space to have those conversations with those people that are involved. It's about being transparent and to ensure a smooth process of integrating this change. Know that this transit, it's an invitation to balance the old of your day-to-day life, your health, your well-being, and your connection with other people with the new of what can a change do for me? Because it's melding Saturn's call for structure in this area of your life, of responsibility and doing the deep inner work, making yourself a priority, making self-care for you a priority, and Uranus's push towards innovation and spontaneity and these unexpected breakthroughs. So Libra, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you who have subscribed and continue to support this channel, your energy is what fuels my journey. If you are looking for more of an in-depth understanding of these transits, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. So for Scorpio, you are having the Sun conjunct Saturn in your 5th house. Now the 5th house for you represents your creative self-expression, children, your romantic life. It's about your recreational pursuits and what, like art, music, beauty, love, it's the area in your life of where you're willing to take a risk. And all of these topics are now going to be re-examined. You have Saturn's influence here. It's asking you to have this disciplined approach. Saturn has the rings around it. So think about the fence around your yard. And it's like, I have to have this disciplined approach to my own artistic endeavors, a structured way to approach what brings me love and joy and pleasure. And so this transit, it can reveal these hidden talents or these unspoken desires that need grounding. Now, you have Uranus in your partnership sector, and so it's in a harmonious aspect. So we know that if the first house represents you, the seventh house is you with everybody else, business partners, significant others, best friends. It's not just personal, but it's also professional. And so partnerships and close relationships, all of these are going to come under the influence of Uranus. And so it's expecting these unexpected shifts in how you relate to other people, whether it means a sudden new relationship dynamic or fresh, innovative ways to approach intimacy or within collaboration. Now, the opportunities that can come from this transit are you channeling Saturn's disciplined energy into your creative projects or something that has to do with children or your own inner child. This is going to be a prime time to work on any long-term artistic goals. The fifth house is, what do I want to give birth to? And so it could be a side gig, it could be just something for joy and pleasure. It's ensuring that your passions have both inspiration and structure. There can be a relationship evolution because you have Saturn and the Sun in a harmonious aspect with Uranus saying, I need to embrace the possibility of transformation changes within my own love life. There can be new perspectives of deepening intimacy or revealing previously hidden aspects of your own like relationship dynamics that you've had with other people. There can be an innovative romance because Uranus is like, oh, I didn't think about that. This is you allowing yourself to experiment with unconventional forms of self-expression within romance. And so this could mean redefining, what does commitment mean to you? Or exploring non-traditional relationship models that can still honor your need to be an individual. The challenge comes from the tension felt between the desire for creative freedom and the need for like structured progress that can lead to an inner conflict. You might find it difficult to commit fully to a project or to a relationship without feeling like constrained. Remember that the fifth house it's in a fellow water sign, so it wants to support you, but the partnership sector is what is opposing you. And so this is you focusing on your deep-seated fears around intimacy, around partnership. These topics can come up and resurface, making it hard for you to trust a new experience. This prospect can also change, or it can trigger these insecurities about letting go of control. And so it's about working through fear. And so there's this pressure also to produce tangible results from your creative energies, like your side gig or a project that you've been working on, that can stifle this spontaneous artistic expression if it's not balanced properly. Now, I would encourage you to definitely to establish a consistent practice that allows for both disciplined work and like free experimentation. This could be a daily creative ritual for yourself that nurtures your inner artist, while definitely setting these realistic goals of where do I want to go with this, or what do I want this to look like in the end. And so reflect on your relationship patterns also. Take the time to analyze any reoccurring themes that come up within partnerships, understanding your own history, because it's cyclical. It's about empowering you to make conscious, transformative changes yourself. And so while it's natural to feel like vulnerable, it's about remembering that this is an innovative opportunity to experience that can lead to profound personal growth for you. Embrace change as this pathway of a deeper connection that you can have with not just intimate partners, but with also business partners, different types of collaborations. And so consider scheduling moments of unstructured time within your daily routine. This balance is going to help you to integrate both the disciplined effort that Saturn and the Sun want here, and the surprising insights that Uranus in your partnership is really offering. Know that this transit for you is an invitation to balance old and new within bringing yourself pleasure and joy and things that you want to give birth to, things that you want to dive into and experience. Melding Saturn's call for structure in this area of your life with responsibility, with doing the deep inner work, and then Uranus's push to move outside of those boundaries and move towards innovation or spontaneity or these unexpected breakthroughs within collaborations or connections with other people. So Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much. It is your energy that fuels this journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of these transits, you can visit willowgracemystic.com. So for Sagittarius, the Sun is going to conjunct with Saturn in your 4th house of home, family, foundation. The 4th house is at the bottom of our chart. It's literally where we build our life upon. It's our living situation. It's our personal life. It's what we need to be stable. So home, family, emotional foundation, all of these topics can come under the microscope. Saturn's influence here, it's asking you to build a more secure, more mature domestic life. It's prompting you to reassess these long-held traditions maybe that you've had that have either been passed down from great-grandparent to grandparent to parent to you, or like the foundation. And it's you creating a stable base in order for you to experience future growth. Now you do have Uranus in a harmonious aspect in Taurus in your 6th house of day-to-day routines, work habits. The 6th house is what balances the home with the career. And so it's receiving this innovative twist, these unexpected changes within your day-to-day living that's encouraging you to experiment with new methods that'll boost your own well-being. The opportunities can come with home and family renovations, or like maybe redesigning your living space, or these family dynamics that now look for this fresh approach or these practical ideas. This is an opportunity for you to create this home environment that's not only comforting, but it's conducive to your future growth and anybody that lives within that home with you. This is also a focus on your home and your work sector. It's about innovation, and it's integrating these innovative practices into your daily routine. It's how do I take care of my mental, my physical, my spiritual, my emotional health and well-being? How do I nourish my soul? This could be a new fitness regimen. This could be dietary insights. This is like a different workplace strategy that can emerge, that can optimize the overall quality of your life. It's looking at what you're doing and saying, how can I do this better, more efficiently? How can I free up time? And so use this energy of Saturn here to truly reinforce your own inner security, reflecting on your own personal history and making these adjustments that are needed to provide this more robust, like Uranus here wants to like shift and change some things. It's your emotional stable base and shifting and changing things up so that it creates a more stable future. Challenges can be definitely a disruption. There can be sudden changes in your home or your workout routines that can feel unsettling. Balancing the need for stability and this urge for innovation that can create this internal reflection of, well, this was working, I thought it was working. There can be this conflict between traditional and change. There can be this this look at long-standing family traditions that can clash with your personal desire for a more modern, more efficient approach to what you want your home life to look like. Remember that the fourth house is your living situation. It's your personal life. And so it's this tug of war between tension if it's not managed sensibly and sensitively. It's how can I take care of, I need a more modern approach, but like this has always worked, and it's overhauling your routines, and it can initially cause you stress, anxiety, especially if you feel this pressure to adopt too many challenges all at one time. There's this risk of burnout that presents itself if you don't pace yourself. Saturn wants to have a plan, like small, middle, and long-term goals. And so tackle the challenges that these changes are bringing about within your home and your work life, and say, I can focus on this at one thing at a time. Develop a clear step-by-step plan for integrating these new ideas into your own existing structures. Engage in your family members in these open dialogues, these open discussions about these upcoming changes, letting them know that this is going to be happening. Their input can really help create a more harmonious environment for you and ease the tension, and also help you to facilitate this transition. Be mindful of your health practices. Adopt this mindfulness of, I need to focus on my mental health, my physical health, stress relieving techniques. I have to adjust my own routine. A balanced approach to physical and emotional health is going to support this overall transformation. This is bringing mind and body and spirit into a balance for you. This is an opportunity to reflect on your childhood, your family, your heritage, and identify what traditions have served me well, and which can be updated with the support of my own overall life vision. Know that this transit, it's this invitation to balance the old of what you expected from your home and your family and your day-to-day living, and taking care of yourself with new. Because Saturn here is calling for structure, it's calling for responsibility, doing the deep inner work. And Uranus, it's really pushing for innovation. It's saying, let's use science, let's use technology, let's get organized in this area of our life. Let's include spontaneity. Like, all work and no play is not fun. I think it makes Jack a dull boy, or I don't remember that one exactly. It's about these unexpected breakthroughs that can come from having Uranus here saying, I need to shake up my life and change, grow, and evolve in order to find a balance with my mind, my body, my spirit. And so Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here. I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much. It is your energy that fuels this journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of this transit, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. So for Capricorn, you have the Sun conjunct Saturn in your third house. Third house is the way that we communicate. It's our communication style, it's our learning processes, it's our local environment, it's where we connect with others on a day-to-day basis, where we gather information, where we share information. It's also short distance travel, classes, workshops. And so it's receiving a reality check now with the Sun meeting up with Saturn. And because Saturn is very serious, it has this influence about urging you to refine how do you express your ideas, ensuring that your communication style is both thoughtful and purposeful. Saturn has the rings around it. It wants to create a solid foundation. It also wants to have healthy boundaries. And so we also have Uranus in your fifth house of children, creativity, your own inner child, romance, playful self-expression, and it's charged with this innovative, shocking, surprising energy. So expect these unexpected bursts of inspiration. It's a challenge to your conventional approaches. This is an harmonious aspect to your first house of self, your identity. It's like I'm stuck in a rut, and Uranus is here to break me out of that rut. It's I need to approach fun and artistic endeavors, something that brings me joy. The opportunities can be you using this period in order to master a new skill. It could be writing, it could be speaking, it could be teaching, it's taking a class or a workshop. It's looking at your own skill set. It's having this disciplined approach to learning that you can help refine the message that you want to share with others, or to establish a more credible public voice. Remember, the third house is how I take in information, and also it's how I share it. And so it's being factual about this. There can also be creative experimentation, like embracing this unconventional method in your artistic or your romantic pursuits, whether it's trying to create look at this new creative hobby, or exploring new ways of how can I connect with other people. This transit really supports all types of experimentation, and this could be through clubs or organizations. It's you getting out there and meeting with different, like taking that risk. And so engage with local groups, classes, workshops, anything that could be like an educational pursuit or projects, anything that stimulates like your mind, your intellect, sharing these ideas in a structured forum that can lead to like lasting professional and personal connections that you have with other people. The challenge can be balancing rigor with spontaneity. As a Capricorn, Saturn is your chart ruler, and it's you feeling torn between your disciplined approach and your thought process to that impulsive, creative urges that are triggered by Uranus. This internal tug of war creates this mental tension within yourself, pushing you outside of your limits. This is how can I overcome these barriers. There can be deep-seated insecurities about your self-expression or art or music or beauty that can be challenged during this time. If you struggle with being vulnerable, you might initially resist kind of sharing your innovative ideas with others, or letting other people know like what is going on within you. There can be sudden shifts within your approach to romance that can definitely unsettle, like disrupt the apple cart within these established relationships that you have. The risk of miscommunication can increase if you're not clear about your intentions. Uranus is freedom, liberation, shock, and surprise. And so consider enrolling in workshops or courses or classes that focus on communication skills, or something that brings you pleasure and joy. Maybe a formal setting that can help you integrate these new ideas with these time-tested methods. Keep a journal to record these like sudden flashes, these aha moments, this inspiration, because this practice is going to allow you to keep track of your creative evolution, your inner child, developing your ideas in a systematic way. And communicate openly with your romantic partners or with children, because it's about your evolving needs. Clarity and honesty is going to help you to ease this integration of new with these innovative aspects that are happening within your own personal life. Engage actively within your local community. This is you getting out and exploring. And by sharing your new ideas, creative projects, you can build this network that supports both your intellectual and your emotional growth. This transit is this invitation to balance the old of what you had with the way that you communicated with other people, the way that you shared information, the way that you received information and coursework, with the new. Because the fifth house, Uranus, is saying freedom, liberation, shock, surprise, meet the needs of my inner child. And so it's melding Saturn's call for structure and responsibility and to do the deep work, and Uranus's push towards innovation, spontaneity, and these unexpected breakthroughs. It's about freedom and liberation to explore something that brings you fun, joy, and pleasure. So Capricorn, Thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much. It is your energy that fuels this journey. If you are looking for more of an in-depth understanding of these transits, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. So for Aquarius, you have the Sun conjunct Saturn in your second house. Now the second house is very personal. It's about matters of personal value, self-worth, cash, property, finances. All of these things are going to be redefined. The Sun, your sole purpose. Saturn has the rings around it. It's about the boundaries, the limitations. Saturn's influence is really pushing you to be like critically evaluate what you truly value, encouraging you to have this disciplined approach to building your own security, your own self-esteem, to managing your own personal resources. Now you have Uranus in your home sector. Uranus at the bottom of your chart. Remember that the fourth house it revolves around like your living situation. The fourth house is your personal life, and so your home, your family life, it can definitely go undergo these unexpected like innovative shifts. Uranus, shock, surprise, freedom, liberation. This transit can bring about sudden changes to your domestic life, your home, and it's urging you to really redefine what makes you feel secure, what needs to be nurtured. The opportunities can come from a value reassessment. Use this time to truly reassess what are your financial habits, your self-worth. Like, look at it with a magnifying glass. Develop a clear budget for yourself that can help you to financially plan, that have a plan that aligns with your own inner values that can lead to lasting security. Saturn likes goals, small, middle, and long-term goals. There can also be an opportunity for a home transformation, embracing these innovative ideas for how can I improve my living space, whether it's through smart home technology or creative ways that you are decorating. Now's going to be the time that you're going to want to make your environment work for you. And so you can look at this and say, as I refine my own home environment, I'm going to feel better about it. This is about a boost in your self-confidence. This is an opportunity to truly let go of these outdated beliefs and to embrace a more like authentic version of yourself. You are ruled by these planets that it's saying, I have to accept these challenges. I have to embrace the new. There can be financial uncertainty at this time. There can be sudden insights about your finances that create these moments of like doubt, balancing the desire that you have for security with the need for innovation and how do I do this? This can be challenging. Having to stay on top of your own resources, your own finances, and owning it. The second house is what do I need in order to feel secure? And so there can be like a home life disruption. There can be radical changes within your own home life that might feel somewhat destabilizing. Like if there's these long-standing family patterns that are resisting change, you might encounter like friction to, I know we've always done it this way, but this is the way we need to grow, change, and evolve into. And so there can be these self-worth struggles because this rigorous self-examination prompted by Saturn having you take a hard look at your own finances, your own resources, it leads to periods of self-doubt. It's about how do I learn to value myself, being independent, and these external measures it's going to be essential. It's looking at where you are, how you got there, and then working on a plan to move where you want to be. And so budget with flexibility during this time. Create a detailed financial plan while like leaving room for these innovative adjustment opportunities, like ideas or flashes of insight. This balance can help you to navigate these unexpected changes that without feeling overwhelmed because of them. Keep your home as a sanctuary. Work on transforming your own like family space, your home space, into a nurturing environment. Even small changes can have this profound effect on your emotional well-being. The fourth house is the foundation of which we build our life upon. And so it's you doing the inner work, engaging in practices that boost your self-esteem, these affirmations or therapy or creative pursuits that can help integrate these deep shifts within your own self-worth. And so look to have these family conversations with your partner or the people that live within your home. If these changes at home lead to tension, prioritize open, respectable communication and dialogue with your partner or with these family members. It's about collaboration being the key to ease the transition into having a more secure home life, and also more secure where your resources are kept. Remember that the second house it's your cash, your talents, your money. It's what do you need in order to be or feel secure, and it starts with home. Know that this transit is an invitation to balance your security, your self-worth, your money, your resources with the new. It's about taking Saturn's call for structure. The Saturn and the Sun are merging their energy, saying, I have to be responsible about this area of my life. I have to do the deep work to say, what makes me feel comfortable? What are my values? What are my opinions? Like literally looking at your skill set, your own personal bills, and then saying, how can I create a stable home life? Because Uranus is pushing for innovation and spontaneity and these unexpected breakthroughs. So Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much, because it is your energy that fuels this journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of this transit, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. So my Pisces friends, this is all about you. Having Saturn conjunct the Sun in your first house, this is your identity. The Sun and Saturn meeting right at your ascendant, your identity, your self-expression, it's going to undergo this really powerful, profound transformation of who you are. This transit is really demanding that you take full responsibility for who you are, refining your image, your habits, your overall approach to life with a blend of like spiritual depth and disciplined action. Remember, Saturn has the rings around it. It has like a fence around the yard, and it's wanting to have short, middle, and long-term goals. You have Uranus in your third house, and Uranus in the house of communication, learning, your immediate environment, neighbors, siblings, cousins. It's about receiving this unexpected, innovative boost and information. There can be these sudden insights that lead to transforming your own self-expression of how you relate to your surroundings. It might lead to like this revolutionary shift within your own personal narrative. These two areas of your life, they're working together to push you to grow, change, and evolve, to acknowledge where you are and who you are. The opportunities are a self-realization and a self-reinvention. This transit is offering you this unique opportunity to redefine your personal identity, to embrace this disciplined energy of Saturn in order to set these realistic goals for self-improvement. Like, what do you want? And making a plan in order to get there, while letting Uranus's intuitive flashes of inspiration, like these aha moments, guide your communication and your interactions with other people. There can be enhanced communication at this time because the third house revolves around the way that we communicate with other people, how we take in information and how we share information. So this could be you expecting to gain clarity on how you express your innermost feelings to other people. There can be these innovative ideas about your own personal style. There can be innovative ideas or like shock, surprise about your social media presence. Your everyday conversations that can help you to present a more authentic empowered self. Your spiritual and practical energies can now like integrate, because Saturn is practical, Pisces is very spiritual. And so it's using this to meld your intuition, your intuitive, your imaginative nature with your practical self. Having Saturn here is this energy to support creative routines that nurture your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul simultaneously. The challenge comes from possibly an identity crisis. This can be an intense focus on yourself, on your own image, that can bring about these periods of self-doubt, like as you question these long-held notions about who you are. There can be this pressure to transform that you might feel overwhelmed at times. As a Pisces, it's taking on everybody else's energy, and is it theirs, is it mine, and how do I feel about it? And so it's balancing spontaneity with structure. Use Saturn's energy. With Saturn's demands for discipline, it's clashing against Uranus's urge for spontaneity. Like Saturn wants to let go, let flow, and release. And it's you maybe struggling to find this middle ground. There's this internal conflict of making decisions, and it makes it more challenging for you. There can be these sudden like innovative impulses with the way that you communicate, or these ideas that affect your own immediate environment, neighbors, siblings, cousins, like social media, that can unsettle these established routines that are already set up. And it's you adapting to these changes, and it requires both flexibility and deliberate planning. As a Pisces, it's like wanting to go with the flow, and Saturn is we can go with the flow, but we need to have some kind of a plan in order to get there so we don't remain adrift. And so embrace the transformation. Accept that this is a time for a reinvention of who you are. Use Saturn's steady energy to build this new solid identity while welcoming the unexpected insights that help you to refine your own self-image. Develop structured daily rituals for yourself that honor both your intuitive nature and your need to find order, to have structure. Practices such as morning meditations combined with goal setting, like I need to have my short, my middle, my long-term goals. It provides effectiveness. Stay connected. Engage with communities or mentors that can support both your personal growth and your emotional growth. Sharing your journey with like-minded individuals that can really provide the reassurance that you need to navigate these profound changes. It's finding your community, finding your tribe. Document your journey, because the third house is like, it's the house of journaling and blogging and communicating with others. And this is going to help you to keep track of your personal evolution. Reflecting on your progress over time is going to validate these efforts that are going to guide you towards a more authentic self-expression of who you are. I love that this transit is an invitation to balance the old you with who you are growing, changing, and evolving into. Using Saturn's call for structure and responsibility to not just willy-nilly flow everywhere, to do the deep inner work, and to use Uranus's push towards being innovative and spontaneity and these unexpected breakthroughs, and to embrace this, to have organization in your life, but to leave free time that when something comes up, you can still daydream, you can still flow into that, and to fulfill that need within your life. So Pisces, thank you so much for being here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. To those of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel, thank you so much. It is your energy that fuels this journey. If you're looking for more of an in-depth understanding of these transits, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com.